So the magical season of the Minnesota Timberwolves and one of their best seasons in franchise history ended last night. I mean, we knew it was kind of pretty much over this series when the Dallas Mavericks went up 3-0. Minnesota went on to win game number 4, but got blown out in game number 5. Kind of reminded me of game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals a couple years ago between the Suns and the Mavericks. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Yeah, so the magical season of Anthony Edwards is over. He took the league by storm this season, was an All-NBA second team member, had a phenomenal round 1 against Phoenix, a really good round 2 against Denver, and played pretty good in round 3 against Dallas, but that team was just too much for Minnesota. And Luka Doncic did outplay Anthony Edwards, but the future is so bright for this Minnesota team, at least because of Anthony Edwards being one of the best players in the NBA at just 22 years old, someone that could take over the game, is a true 3-level scorer. But they do have some big decisions to make this offseason. So a lot of the rotational guys, the complementary pieces, and the head coach and like the front office, it's in place, right? Like Chris Finch, good head coach. Tim Connolly, good GM for this team and president right now. They have good complementary pieces around Ant, like Mike Conley, a veteran point guard, although he's getting up there in age. You do have Jaden McDaniels, who is one of the league's best young defenders at 23. He's locked up. Nickeil Alexander-Walker improved his defense so much this season. He's locked up as well. Naz Reid's on one of the best contracts in the league, and he just won 6th Man of the Year. But the big question is, can Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert coexist in a playoff series? And I think that's a decision that we're gonna have to make this offseason. Do we want to extend Rudy Gobert, because he could be a free agent in 2025? Shout out to Dallas beating Boston in 5 games. Luka averaged a 37-point triple-double. And Minnesota could definitely run it back next year, but if, hey, Rudy Gobert takes a step back, he's getting up there in age, if he maybe regresses a little bit, loses any bit of trade value, you're kind of stuck. And Karl-Anthony Towns' contract is going up and up each year. It's one of the more expensive contracts in the league because he did get that max extension from Minnesota. So he's going to be making $61 million in 2028. I can't remember if it was the Supermax exactly, although it was very close to it. So a lot of the core is locked up. And like for Karl-Anthony Towns, we could keep him with Gobert. With Ant. And that's maybe what I'm going to do. Do I worry about Naz Reid's size inside? Is he 6'9"? Could he be physical against Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford? Because at times he did get outplayed by them in this series. And we do have one of the better assistant coaches in the league as well in Micah Nori. So this team should be able to compete for a championship next season. You assume Anthony Edwards is going to take his game to a whole nother level. He's progressed so much in just 4 years in the NBA so far. I do like Leonard Miller as well. I think he could be a true rotational guy. But what I want to address in this draft is hopefully finding the next point guard post Mike Conley. Either that's going to be Bub Carrington, either that's going to be Tyler Kolek. I do plan on drafting a point guard with our first round pick. But honestly, there isn't really a good one on the board. So I'm going to select Ryan Dunn out of Virginia, arguably the best perimeter defender in this class. Kind of fits the mold of Minnesota, adding him to Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. It seems what Minnesota likes. I think it's better than a forward pick that didn't work out for them a couple years ago in Wendell Moore. And we do have an early 2nd round pick as well. So I'm going to get Bobby Klintman, even more size down low if we are going to move on from Gobert, which I don't know if that's going to happen this offseason specifically, because I kind of want to run this team back and see how far it can go next year, just because we have Anthony Edwards. So speaking of Wendell Moore, going to pick up that team option. Maybe we try to make a trade this offseason. I actually think Jalen Clark could be a pretty good defender for them as well if they did want to progress him. So we're not really finding a great point guard post Mike Conley. Monty Morris is a free agent. So I'm going to try to take a chance on Bones Highland. We'll see if the Clippers want to do this. Wendell Moore and Josh Minot for Bones Highland, and they agree to that. So we're taking a chance on Bones, who's been kind of underwhelming since his pretty impressive rookie season. Then he got traded to the Clippers at the 2023 trade deadline. Was not great for the Clippers last season, but for someone that's going to play 10 to 12 minutes a night, that's going to get mentored by Mike Conley, hopefully he can be a plus backup for us, because we're still trying to find who that point guard is going to be next to Anthony Edwards long term. So taking a look here at player progression, Gobert is regressing. I'm hoping if he does opt in, or like next year, we hope he opts in, because then I could trade him. If he opts out, then there may have to be an extension. We're going to see one more year. Can him and Cat work well together? It's another year with them playing together. Hopefully we see the jump from year 1 to year 2 and year 2 to year 3, because they were so much better this year than they were in the 2023 season. And if they could just play well together, man, this team can win a championship in 2025. And we did let slow-mo Kyle Anderson walk. So between Ryan Dunn and Bobby Klintman, I'm going to see who can play the best out of those two. There's a chance I throw in Leonard Miller if neither of them work out, but this is what the rotation is going to be: Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert, with Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Bones Highland, Ryan Dunn, and Klintman coming off the bench. Under Chris Finch, we are 3.5-star defense. And first game of the season at home against the Golden State Warriors, we ended up beating them by 3, 128-125. There's a chance we could make some moves at the deadline if we wanted to, but I think this team is going to stay relatively the same. We're running it back and seeing if we can make it. I mean, like, this team made it to the Western Conference Finals. That's great, but we don't want to just peak there. We obviously want to advance in the 2025 playoffs. We did lose to the Clippers in the third game of the season to hand us our first L. All right, so we're here at the 2025 trade deadline, and we're 29-24. Maybe not the greatest record in the world. We are currently the 15th in the Western Conference. Points per game, this team is currently 8th in the West, and defense, we are currently 4th in the West, so even a little bit more down from where they were last year defensively, or this past current year. We do have a above average and a positive point differential, but Anthony Edwards is kind of carrying this team offensively. For $60 million a year, Karl Anthony Towns, I don't think has been a good enough number 2. Naz Reid has definitely been better than Gobert offensively, but we're obviously getting great play out of Gobert defensively. Yeah, Mike Conley's time is almost up in this league. He does have 2 years left. Bones Highland, that experiment hasn't been great. I like Nickeil Alexander-Walker a ton, but we may need to leverage him for a point guard at the deadline, and I need to get Ryan Dunn out of the rotation. This dude cannot shoot the ball whatsoever. At least Klintman's been somewhat efficient. And we're going to call up the Pelicans to hopefully get some point guard reinforcements here at the deadline. We're giving them probably the best player in this trade in Nickeil Alexander-Walker, as well as the Jazz second-round pick this year, which is going to be 31 or 32. They're getting Bones Highland. We're getting Jose Alvarado, who's a free agent at the end of the year, and he was on the trade block. And we're getting Carlton Carrington, who was the 19th overall pick in this past draft. He's not playing, but he's someone that I definitely wanted to get later in the first round. And honestly, he just may be in the G League. Like, Ryan Dunn is going to get removed from the rotation. I think I'm going to go like 8 minutes to Klintman and about 8 minutes to Miller. I want to get Alvarado in the rotation. Do I want to send Carrington to the G League? No, I'll probably give Carrington like 15 minutes a night. Sure, we could see what he could do. 10 to Klintman, 10 to Miller, and then let's do about 18 to Jose Alvarado. Fits our defensive mindset. I would actually like to extend Alvarado if he is willing to. He is not, but he's somebody I would definitely want to bring back in the offseason. Gobert probably would opt into $40 million if he would sign an extension around $23 million. And Luka, just coming off a Finals MVP trophy, wins MVP the following year. Just an insane resume for someone that is just 26 years old. Wemby ends up winning Depoy, Amen Thompson Most Improved, Devin Booker Clutch Player of the Year, JB Bickerstaff Coach of the Year, and Sam Presti would be Executive of the Year. We don't get an Anthony Edwards on an All-NBA first team or second team, unfortunately. Damn, 29 points. 6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.5 steals does not get All-NBA first team honors. That is insane. Rudy Gobert is not even on an all-defensive team, but we did get Anthony Edwards on all-defensive second team. Did Ant lead the league in scoring? I don't know. He was actually third. Trae Young and Luka were 1 and 2. Luka had that insane season. So we're taking on Golden State, a team we beat on opening night in round number 1. I believe this is a series we should be able to win. Last year, the Timberwolves were the 3 seed. Now they're the 4 seed. And I think this team is good enough to make the Western Conference Finals once again. I just need some of the complementary pieces to be efficient in the playoffs. So we're going to do a 9-man rotation. Bob Carrington actually played well in his minutes. He could start for us at point guard next year. We're going to go a decent amount to Naz Reid, a decent amount to Alvarado. We're going to go 30 to Mike Conley, 39 to Ant, 37 to Towns. Let's do 32 to Gobert and McDaniel. And here we go, round number 1 against the Golden State Warriors. We ended up losing game number 1 by 3 points. Cat had 31, Ant had 25. Last year, the Timberwolves were able to sweep round 1. That's not happening here. We do blow them out by 34 points in game number 2. Ant and Cat combined for 62. Cat is off to a phenomenal start in the 2025 playoffs, but we go down 2 games to 1, man. 41 points we allowed in that fourth quarter. Oh, that is brutal. 32 points for Anthony Edwards. It did not matter. And we go down 3-1. Curry drops 38 on us. Mike Conley probably just can't stay in front of him. Well, I would hope Anthony Edwards is guarding Steph Curry, not Mike Conley. And we end up forcing a game 6. Thank God, man. We really could have just got sent home in round number 1. We do force a game 7. We beat him by 3 points in overtime. All right, let's do this, man. Let's win game 7 and come back down 3 games to 1, because this would kind of be a disaster of a season. And a letdown, nonetheless. Like, this is a team that was in the conference finals in 2024, and if we get eliminated in round 1 by, I think, an inferior team, I'd be kind of upset. We're up by 3 with 2 minutes to go, up by 6, up by 2. Oh my God, we're up by 1. All right, I kind of want to see how this plays out. And unfortunately, we do not have the ball, which is kind of scary. Trace Jackson-Davis is in. Oh, God, Mike Conley is guarding Curry. We got to put our all-defensive guard on him. But he's not going to be on him for this possession. All right, I need you to help out. Naz Reid, stay in front. It's Steph Curry, man. Oh, my God, he missed it. Let's go. All right, we're up by 1. Let's hold on to the ball. Thank God Curry missed that, man. It's Steph freaking Curry. All right, Ant's going to get a screen. Oh, cross it back. Oh, my God, it's an easy dunk, man. Ant's got the nicest crossover. He shakes Trace Jackson-Davis in his boots, and we are up by 3 with 15 seconds to go. But they still have the best three-point shooter of all time. I'm going to put in, I like Conley, obviously, but I'm going to put in Alvarado for defensive purposes. And I think Leonard Miller over Bobby Klintman as well. Looks like Karl-Anthony Towns fouled out. And is guarding Curry. That's the one guy we can't let beat us. Oh, my God. All right, he's right there. We're fine. We're on Curry. We're on Curry. I'm literally just masking Curry here. No, he's going nowhere. He's going nowhere. Let them get a 2. Kuminga for 3. No way. Kuminga misses that. Get it to Ant. Get it. Out of Gobert's hand. All right, Rudy, give me one. Give me one free throw, please. All right, that's what I'm talking about. It's looking like we are going to come back down 3-1 and advance to the Western Conference semifinals. And thank God Curry missed that 3, because I would have been so upset if he does that. Just nothing crazy here. We're good. We're good. He can hit that if he wants. That's fine. All right, and just knock down this one, and we are chilling. Boom. Here we go. We're going to advance. And we're going to be taking on the OKC Thunder. These two teams avoided each other basically in the 2024 playoffs. So game number 1 against them, we ended up losing. We know how much 2K likes the Thunder. All their guys are developing. They added Andre Drummond. They added DeMar DeRozan. Usually they added DeRozan or an Anunoby, and we go down 2-0. Damn, they blow us out 114-96. Game number 3 goes to OKC by 8. Ant with 30, Cat with 30. That wasn't enough. And we do end up avoiding the sweep, but we're just getting deja vu from the Western Conference Finals in 2024. Ant had a phenomenal Game 4. Game 5 goes to OKC. We lost by 18. No defensive whatsoever. Naz Reid put up 29 points. Cap put up 28. Conley took 4 shots. McDaniels took 6. Gobert took 7. And we just lost in round number 2. And there was a really good chance we could have lost in round number 1 as well. The Thunder are going to beat the Cavs in the finals. And Shea puts up an insane finals MVP stat line. LeBron retires as a Piston. Just always happens in 2K. He heads to the Hall of Fame with the beard, James Harden. We do not own our first round pick. It's going to go to the Utah Jazz at 26 from the Rudy Gobert trade. Fitting enough, that was probably the last game Rudy Gobert is going to play in a Timberwolves jersey, and maybe the same thing with Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, I want to see, could I get Malik Monk and Emmanuel Quickly for Karl-Anthony Towns? They say no to that. I don't really know if I have many throw-ins in this deal. I would probably give you Ryan Dunn as well, and they would want Mike Conley, and his expiring for Max Strus, so I got to take on Strus's contract. Honestly, we're going to do this. So, we're going to get our point guard next to Anthony Edwards and Emmanuel Quickly. We're going to get a great 6-man off the bench and combo guard in Malik Monk. We get Max Strus, who can hit some threes off the bench, but he could be in a trade. It's an end of an era for Timberwolves basketball. The Raptors agree to that, and we're probably going to move Rudy Gobert as well. All right, would the Charlotte Hornets give me Nick Richards and Cody Martin, getting a body there in Richards for Max Strus? They say no to that. All right, what about if we just did Richards for Strus? They say no to that. We basically give them an unprotected first for this Miami first. Honestly, we could do that. We could swap first there. That's fine with me. Cooper Flagg ends up going to the Boston Celtics. Ace Bailey to the Grizzlies. VJ Edgecombe to the Houston Rockets. Colin Murray Boyles from South Carolina goes to the Bulls. Dylan Harper to the Rockets. We obviously didn't have any rookies there. Gobert opts in. $46 million. We also want to re-sign Naz Reid this offseason. All right, would the San Antonio Spurs give me Zach Collins and Keldon Johnson for Rudy Gobert? Pair him up with Wemby in that front court. They want Bub Carrington. That's not going to happen. Could I just do Gobert for Keldon Johnson? Probably not. Gobert for Johnson and Bassi. They want Carrington, and I'd get Zach Collins. Zach Collins wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't really think there's a point in doing like this trade right here unless I'm getting like one of those Atlanta first round picks or that Chicago first next year. Yeah, I don't really want to move Carrington because we're going to bring back Naz Reid, 4 years, $90 million. We're going to bring back Jose Alvarado, 3 years, $10 million. I'm also going to try to bring back Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well, 2 years, around $11 million. There we go. Do I think that this team could win a championship next year? I'm not really sure, honestly. I feel like we could definitely use another forward. We do have some good center depth. I think I'm going to make Naz Reid a power forward. His overall actually just goes up, which is nice. And if we look at the team, it's Edwards, Gobert, Quickly, Naz Reid, McDaniels, Monk, Richards, Carrington, Alexander Walker, Alvarado. This team is actually pretty deep. All right, so it's going to look like this. Quickly, Edwards, McDaniels, Reid, and Gobert with a bench of Malik Monk, Nick Richards, Bub Carrington, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Jose Alvarado. A 10-man rotation, 4-star defense under Chris Finch. Emmanuel Quickly gets his former team to start off the year, and we get blown out. Great start. And we're at the deadline, and we're doing really well in the post-Karl-Anthony Towns era. We are 40-11, and you guys got to let me know in the comments. If Minnesota had to decide, would you rather move Karl-Anthony Towns? You'd probably get a little bit more for him, but he's obviously a Timberwolves lifer so far. He's been there since 2015. He's making a lot of money, but he's an all-star caliber forward and one of the better shooter big men in the league. Or would you rather move Gobert, who is the better defender of the two, the anchor of your defense, a reigning depoy, but he's getting up there in age, free agent soon, but you'll probably get less for Gobert than you would for Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm looking at points per game as well. We are currently 4th ranked in the Western Conference, and we have the best defense, going back to the roots of what made Minnesota so great in 2024. Anthony Edwards is putting up 25 points tonight, and we're getting good kind of secondary scoring out of Quickly, out of Monk, out of Reed, McDaniels, and Carrington. Everybody's actually been pretty efficient on this team, which I love to see. MVP, no Anthony Edwards. Wow, no Sixth Man of the Year as well. I thought Malik Monk would be in there, but you have Bronny James, Ron Holland, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Simons, and James Wiseman. What a hodgepodge of names. I don't think I'm going to make any trades at the deadline. I mean, Gobert, the extension, like, I don't know. I feel like I should probably extend him at least, you know what? I think I'm going to at least extend him for 2 years. I'm not going to give him a 4-year deal. 2 years, $52 million. Let's just get that done. It gives him a decent amount of money until he's 35. And I'd like to bring back Nick Richards as well. Let's give him a 3-year deal worth around $18 million total. I mean, we could see if anybody was on the block, but like, what am I moving Gobert for? Who's going to play center? Do I rely a lot on Nick Richards in the playoffs? I mean, Chris Middleton's on the block. Damian Lillard's on the block. Kristaps Porzingis is on the block. So is Derek White. Derek White would be a sick ad. I don't know. Oh, man, Kristaps is also on the block as well, which is interesting. Like, Kristaps and Cat could have maybe worked because they could space the floor from each other, but I don't know. That's a lot. So, Derek White, man, what would they want for him? I wish you can kind of actually, never mind. That was stupid. So, yeah, it probably would have been Gobert. Like, I don't really want to move Quickly. It'd be an upgrade over Malik Monk, which I don't really know if that's worth to do. Yeah, I really can't get there financially. So, Tyrese Halliburton wins MVP before Anthony Edwards does. Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year. Bronny, 6th Man of the Year. I mean, that is realistic. He could end up on the Phoenix Suns. I don't know about winning 6th Man of the Year. I mean, they may have nobody else on the bench where he actually could put up some counting numbers. As Tibbs gets Coach of the Year, going 64-18. Shout out to Tibbs. Do we get Anthony Edwards on an All-NBA team? Man, they disrespect Anthony Edwards. I feel like that's always been a thing in 2K24. It's fine, though. We ended up as the 1 seed in the Western Conference. We're going to be going up against the Blazers in round number 1. We won 65 games. I feel like we're going to be on a collision course with OKC, hopefully to get revenge. So that is a team we should definitely beat. We were the 3rd best Western Conference offensive team, the best defensive team. And I don't know, man, this team should be able to go to the conference finals with no issue. We're going to kind of keep the rotation the same, just gave a little bit less minutes to guys on the bench, and I'm playing Anthony Edwards 40 minutes a night. We do beat the Blazers by 31 points in game number 1, an efficient 26 from Quickly, an efficient 24 from Malik Monk, and then 45 combined between Reed and McDaniels. So Anthony Edwards, 19 points. It doesn't matter. We're still dropping 151. Game number 2 goes to Minnesota. We win this one by 1. All right, a close one. Monk did not shoot the ball well, and you know you could shoot it more than 15 times, right? Game number 3 goes to Portland. Damn, so we were like a few points away from being down 2-1. That is scaring me a little bit. Game number 4, we end up winning this one by 6. Anthony Simons had 27 points in 27 minutes. But Jaden McDaniels, who's averaging 16 points, not efficiently whatsoever, is our leading scorer and is maybe taking it a little bit easy in round number 1, I guess. And here we go, game number 5. Can we win this one and advance? Yes, we can. We end up winning 137-115 by 22 points. There we go, Ant. So you got Dallas OKC down there. That is the tough series. We do get Sacramento in round 2. I feel like whenever I play Sacramento, I always talk bad about them, and I'm like, this should be an easy win, but then they end up beating me. So let's not be too cocky. We end up beating them by 28 points in game number 1. Good start, and all right, let's go up 2-0 and win both of these in Minnesota. Boom, there we go. We beat them in overtime. I mean, kind of similar to what happened in round 1, a blowout game 1, a close game 2 victory, and they would go on to win game 3, but no, not this time. We go to Sacramento, and then we blow them out by 54 points. That's a lot, man. But I feel like I say that's a lot, but man, there was that game 6 between Denver and Minnesota, game 5 between Minnesota and Dallas. Blowouts do happen in the playoffs, and we end up sweeping them. So, all right, I wasn't too cocky, and I was humble against the Kings, and we swept them. Ant has 45 points in game number 4. Give me OKC. All right, a rematch against Dallas of the 2024 conference finals here in 2026. Malik Monk has been a beast in the playoffs. Let's see what happens here. You got Detroit and Cleveland on the other side. Game number 1 goes to Minnesota by 23 points. Ant with 33, Quickly with 21, Monk with 20, 12 boards for Gobert. Can we win a title with Gobert, or is he going to get outplayed and played off the floor? We ended up losing by 5 in probably double overtime. Kyrie and Luka combined for 76 points. and Quickly had 62. Don't go down 2-1. All right, we take a 2-1 lead. We blow them out in the first game in Dallas, Ant with 34. Game number 4, let's see if we can go up 3-1, and we do just that, man. We end up winning by 7. So we've been playing so well in the playoffs. Don't blow a 3-1 lead, and we advance to the NBA Finals to take on the Detroit Pistons. Ant puts up 32 points, wins Western Conference Finals MVP as a 24-year-old. We're going up against Scotty Barnes and the Detroit Pistons. They still have Cade Cunningham, which is cool. They have Alex Sarr as well. So they had a reason, I guess, to move on from Jalen Duren. Game 1 goes to Minnesota. That's a good, 2K team, though, in Detroit. And all those guys develop well. Game 2 goes to Minnesota. We beat them by 2. I feel like every game 2 has been kind of close. All right, let's go with 3-0, man. Damn. All right, they ended up winning game 3 by 1 point. Isaiah Stewart had a team high for Detroit, 24 points. We do go up 3-1, though. We end up winning by 3. 116, 113. And here we are, game number 5 of the 2026 NBA Finals. The first year post Karl-Anthony Towns. Maybe he was holding us back, man. Maybe he was the issue. Let's see if we can win. We're down by 3. Nope, now we're tied with 4:20 to go. Let's see if we can end up winning this. Down by 2, 3, 30. Down by 4. Let's try to win this. All right, so we got Quickly in the game. Is Anthony Edwards in? Nope. We got Monken. Please don't tell me Anthony Edwards fouled out. Oh, my God. I think he fouled out. Great. So we got to win this without Ant. Quickly, though, he was the main return for Cat, and he dunks that. 2-point game. All right, McDaniels is going to have to step up as well. And then Monk, obviously, offensively. So Sarr, I don't really think he's going to be too much of a shooter, so let's play there. We're good. We're good. Gobert. Oh, my God, Alex Sarr. Okay. Looking like Jalen Duren pick and roll defense, because Jalen Duren wasn't good this past year in pick and roll defense, but I'm still high on him. Naz Reid pick and roll. Kick it out to Gobert, our floor spacer, right? All right, Monk, let's see what you can do. Guarded by Marcus Sasser. Monk gets around him. He goes up with the right hand, and he makes that. 2-point game. They're going to call timeout. All right, Quickly guarding Cade. Quickly is a good defender. Oh, man, I'm nervous about this one. I have no help defense. Gobert, get down a little bit. Oh, I jumped too early. We're fine. We're fine. Oh, my God, Alex Sarr. Jeez, posterizes both Quickly and Gobert. I thought Gobert was going to get at least a hand on that. Nope, not at all. Down by 4. Naz Reid Quickly pick and pop. This actually could be kind of lethal here. Kick that out. Oh, man. All right, they played it well. So we got Cade guarding Naz Reid. This should be somewhat of a mismatch for you, Naz. Come on, Naz. Back him down. There we go. Naz, right hand and 1. That would have been nice. All right, Naz, I'm going to need you to make this free throw. First one is good. There we go. Let's just make it a 2-point game once again, but we just can't get any stops defensively right now. He goes 2 for 2. All right, just no help defense whatsoever. Gobert, I was lying. All right, Gobert heard me. He gives me some help defense. McDaniels, get around to Sword Thompson to the rim. He finishes. He's got 20, and we're all tied up 116 apiece. Finally, got some help defense there, and we are all tied up. We finally got to stop. We're at home. It would be cool to win this on the home floor. It sucks Anthony Edwards fouled out. All right, Quickly, just stay in front of Cade. Go over the screen. You're Quickly. Gobert, easy steal. What is Cade doing? Oh, my God. All right, don't turn it over Quickly. Let's see what we can do. Out to Naz Reid. Oh, I should have taken that. McDaniels inside. Oh, find Naz Reid there. Naz Reid with the left hand. No, he misses that. All right, Monk guarding Jaden Ivey. Oh, God, Monk. He's like a traffic cone out there on defense. All right, Malik Monk, give me a 3 here. Okay, just a horrible screen from Gobert. All right, we don't need a 3. Monk, let's see what you can do. Pull up. Oh, I passed that to the wrong person. No, give it to Gobert. Gobert's got Jaden Ivey on him. All right. No. Wow, what a foul. Oh, Gobert's such an easy lane for a dunk. What a foul by Jaden Ivey, because the odds Gobert makes both of these are very low. Luckily he made the first. Is he going to make both? Oh my God, he made both. Wow, Gobert is kind of clutch. All right, we don't have to foul. Obviously, don't have to foul. Let's just get a stop. I need help defense, man. They're going to obviously try to run the pick and roll here. I'm surprised they're trying to go to Ivy 3. Oh, Cade, what are you doing, Cade? We're good. We're good. No way Cade hits that. All right, overtime it is. All right, let's see how we do in overtime. Can we win this on our home floor? What a fourth quarter comeback. We outscored them by 9 to force OT. All right, up by 1, a minute 46 to go. It sucks Anthony Edwards fouled out. Quickly, jumper. No good. Oh, Gobert with a huge rebound. Oh, a Sword Thompson for 3. No way. Oh, my God. A Sword Thompson is hitting 3s. That's unfortunate. His foot was on the line, fortunately, though. All right, Quickly 3. I was kind of risky, and he missed it. Damn, in and out. They got numbers. I don't even know what to do. Ivy 3. That's brutal. Wow. Terrible transition defense by us. Quickly, hand in the face. All right, Gobert, huge putback, man. He's got 20 and 17. What a game for Rudy. Can we get a steal off the inbound? No. Oh, we did. No. Oh, my God, who's that out on? Please be our ball. No. Oh, that is brutal, man. We almost got a steal off the inbound. All right, we do not need to foul, but if they score, it's probably over. We're really just playing to force double overtime at this point, so it's not looking too good. Obviously, that Ivy 3 was so big for them. I mean, good defense here. What are they doing? This is what happened at the end of the fourth quarter. No, Cade pulls up. Damn, okay, he missed it. Let's go. Oh, we only got 6 seconds. All right, kick it up to Malik Monk. Malik Monk, can you force double overtime, please? It looks good. Oh, no. Damn, that is unfortunate. We just lost 128-125 in overtime onto game 6. How early did Anthony? He fouled out in 20 minutes. Oh, my God. Dude, imagine paying all that money of game 5 of the NBA Finals to see the star player foul out in 20 minutes. That is brutal. All right, game number 6. Watch them win this one. They're going to win this one in Detroit, aren't they? And then we're going to go to a game 7, and I'm going to be freaking out. All right, good third quarter. Let's just finish this game strong. Tie game 97 apiece. And, all right, you got 0 fouls, so I know he's playing till the end. Come on, up by 1. Tie game. Let's see how this goes. Up by 3. Whoever hit a 3. Thank you. Who was that? That would be Malik Monk. No, he ended up missing that. Who hit this 3? It was Marcus Sasser. No. Wow, it's actually been 112 for him. A little bit. Oh, it was Anthony Edwards. All right. And good stuff. Here we go. Oh, my God. Tie game. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't make me lose. Oh, my God. We're going to a game 7. Oh, my God. We're going to a game 7. All right, this is gonna take years off my life. Why? Why did I have to blow game 5? Why did I have to blow game 5? No, 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 no. That did not just happen. No way. Yeah, I had to take some time after that brutal loss. That is insane. So we're gonna head here into the offseason. We just want to go back. I'm just worried that like Gobert could regress or he's not going to play as good. Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook head to the Hall of Fame. We do own our first round pick this year. It's at number 29. Chris Finch is a free agent, but you know what? I'd like to bring him back as our head coach. And we drafted Brian Wood, a point guard here with the 29th overall pick out of Virginia. The number 1 overall pick was Tyler Hunter going to the New Orleans Pelicans. Team player options, pick it up on Carrington and Miller. Bobby Klintman is going to get the qualifying offer. Jalen Clark as well. Might even try to bring back Luka Garza on a 1-year deal. So hopefully the West gets a little bit weaker. But you know what? We just won the Western Conference last year, so I think we're going to be okay. I think running the core back. There could be a chance to make a move at the deadline. But we blew a 3-1 lead in the finals, so I'm okay running the team back because I think we could win it all again next season. And Luka Doncic leaves Dallas. He goes to Orlando, so I wonder if Paolo is going to end up going to the Orlando Magic. KD stays in Phoenix. Chet stays in OKC. Same with J-Dub. And here's the team going into the next season, and I need you to take it up another level. I need you to win MVP this season. All right, so it's going to probably be like the same rotation. Maybe Carrington's going to take a big step this year, but it's going to be Monk and Carrington off the bench. Maybe we look for like another wing at the deadline. That could be something. I think Naw can play like 8 minutes a night. We'll go 12 or 13 to Alvarado. That's fine. 30 to Gobert, 30 to Reed. We'll do 30 to McDaniels and 30 to Quickly. That's fine with me, with Ant playing a ton of minutes. System proficiency is 4-star defense under Chris Finch. We start off the season with a 2-point dub. Let's go. So Nikola Jokic wins MVP in his age 32 season. Tyler Hunter, the number 1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year. Cooper Flagg is coming off the bench in Boston. I don't really know if that's a good idea. On NBA first team, you got Jokic, Halliburton, Luka, Ja, and Wemby. Second team, you got Giannis, Shea, Chet, Booker, and Banchero, who ended up basically swapping places with Luka Doncic. And we did get Anthony Edwards on All-NBA third team. But that is an MVP caliber season, in my opinion. We ended up finishing the season as the 2 seed in the Western Conference. We're going up against Paolo and the Mavericks in round number 1. The only big move I did this season was pretty much give Malik Monk a 3-year extension. And can we beat Dallas in round number 1 with Hardy, Irving, Fontecchio, Banchero, Lively, Rob Dillingham off the bench, Gafford, Tobias Harris, Carter Knox, Nolan Troyer is there. That's a good Dallas team. They could definitely beat us, but we end up sweeping them. All right, that's given me some pretty good confidence for round number 1 and average 25 a night. All right, so now we're taking on the OKC Thunder, a team that has beaten us before. They're a scary team. We do win game number 1, though, by 3 points. We cannot mess around. Good job. And game number 2 goes to OKC. They ended up winning by 3. So they split them in Minnesota, which is huge for them. Game number 3 goes to Minnesota. All right, first one in OKC. Almost blew it in the fourth quarter, but we're chilling. Damn it, they tie it up. Oh my God, this has been such a close series so far. 42 points for Anthony Edwards. Game number 5 goes to OKC by 14. And we're down 3 games to 2. And can you dig deep? This happened to you against Denver in the Western Conference semifinals in 2024. 3 years later, can you do the same thing in round number 2? It's looking like we are going to force a game 7. Oh my God, that would have been a historic choke in that second half. Jeez, we ended up winning by 7. All right, Chet at 38. Here we go, game 7 on our home floor. Can we win? Not a good first quarter. We actually got off to a pretty good start, but we're down by 14. This isn't good. All right, down by 6. Good comeback. They're pulling away again. All right, we flirted with the lead there in the third. Come on, have a good fourth quarter. Down by 1, please. Up by 1. Up by 5. Come on, pull away. All right, we're up by 5 with 1:44 to go. Oh my God, come on. How do you choke that? I can't. My luck at 2K lately has been insane. Oh my God, tell me it was a game-winning 3. God damn it, Chet Holmgren, game-winning 3.